a smooth transition from one section to another, and the completion time is usually quicker and faster. Please put your hands together for the Executive Secretary of the NCDMB. Thank you so much, sir. Before I invite our next speaker, may I recognize a former military administrator of Bayelsa State. We have the honor and privilege of having Colonel Edo Obi retired. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Also here again, may I recognize the senator representing Bayelsa East in the red chambers, distinguished Senator Degi Eremeyu. Please, a round of applause for him. And of course, he's not here alone. We also have those in the green chambers here. We have the representative for Nimbe Brass Federal Constituency, Honorable Israel Sonny Gully. Please put your hands together for him. Representative for Ogbia Federal Constituency, Honorable Fred Oboa. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you so much for being here. We've had the Executive Secretary take the formal welcome and, of course, highlight the project and what it entails. May I now invite to welcome us on the part of the community, the chairman of the Otuabage Elite Forum, the host community of this project, Professor Teddy Adias. Please put your hands together for him, the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Otueke. Please, a round of applause for him as he makes his way up to the podium.
Thank you. Welcome you all today. On behalf of the host communities of Otuabage, Otogidi, and Opome, at today's heart-warming, groundbreaking ceremony of the long-awaited Museum and Research Center here in Well 1 on the soil and lands of Otuabage. Otuabage was indeed the first place where crude oil was discovered in commercial quantities and reserved not only in Nigeria, but the entire West Africa. And this commercial discovery no doubt came after several unsuccessful attempts in other places, as Ararome, near Okutikpupa, Iho, northeast of Owerri, in the present Imo State, Atata, near Eket, in the present Akwa Ibom State. Indeed, it is these wells in this land that transform Nigeria into the petrodollar League of Nations. The famed Oloibiri district oil field, as it was then conceived and called, hosted a total of 21 oil wells. Otuabage had 18 of these wells. Otogidi had 2 of these wells. And Opome had 1 of these wells. We are extremely grateful to the Almighty God, who in his benevolence endowed our lands with these natural resources. The riches that have accrued therefrom, but we have suffered incidental environmental degradation, which has been left unattended to till this day. With these consequences on health, economic, social, cultural disadvantages, and so on. It is true that this museum project, though historic, had been on the pipeline for more than 40 years. Indeed, in 1981, the then President Shehu Shagari of blessed memory laid the foundation stone right at this proximity. In 2001, followed another stone laid by General Olusegun Obasanjo, the then president of Nigeria. And since then, successive governments had visited this area, but nothing concrete has been done. And so this occasion, therefore, is very memorable and symbolic to us as a people around with assurances we have received today, and this will not end like the other projects. To us as a community and as people, our mood today is likened to the biblical saying as posted in Psalm 126, verse 1 to 3. And I quote, "When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we are like a dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongues with singing. Then said they among the hearten, the Lord hath done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us. Whereas we are glad." We therefore want to express our gratitude to our President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, for graciously exhibiting the political will and courage in approving the award of this project contract. Our warmest gratitude and esteemed regards goes to our dearest brother and friend, His Excellency Chief Timothy Silva, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, for all his efforts at ensuring that the dreams of these projects is realized. Sir, you have kept your words. Noah, hello. We want to sincerely appreciate the partners, the PTDF, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, the Joint Venture Operations, SPDC, and others, the Bayelsa State Government for their immense contribution, and to our lawmakers, your tax and fulfillments are appreciated. As a host community, ours is a pledge of ownership. We will love this project, we will protect the values of this project, we will make it succeed, and the investment will not be in vain. Words will fail us in offering further appreciation, but in all, we say thank you. May God bless our efforts, and as a community, we will have the honor to welcome you to our land. May God be with us, and may we have peace and endeavor. God be with us.
All right, real quick, we're going over now to comments or remarks. But I want to make a very special appeal, given how much time that we've lost. Please, all the speakers who are coming after now, we beg your indulgence to kindly keep your speech to a maximum of 5 minutes. But if you can do it in less than that, it will be a huge blessing for our time today. Let me now. Can I put our hands together for Mr. Tajuddin, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to stand on the existing protocols that have been established. Once again, good afternoon, and all the guests are welcome to this. To give a brief on the concept used for the Oloibiri Museum and Research Center. One of the main focus of this project is to ensure that the center has a strong pull to attract visitors to the center. So based on this, various activities have been created in each of the building facilities that is going to be erected in the center. The main building, which is the core of the center, is the masterpiece. Other buildings we have discipline centers, we have the research and development centers, and we have a discovery route. In addition to this, we have a well-designed pedestrian path that takes people around the whole of the center. So in order to achieve this, The first consideration we put in place is to ensure that the circulation pattern to the whole of the center is directional, right from the entrance to the center, so that at point of entry, after the security check, you come to a walkway from where you can access all the major activities in the center. So at the focus of this entrance porch, we have the masterpiece. The masterpiece building houses a lot of activities based on the design brief. So we have a cinema hall in addition to the spaces which are designed for museum, display, and exhibit. In addition to this, we have restaurant, we have a play area for games, we have shopping centers, which become attractive to people who are coming to the center site. In addition to this, after housing them, we have spaces for lecture, we have spaces for eatery, we have spaces, library, where information and all this, everything about these disciplines are housed. Go to each of the discipline centers and be educated on each of them. We equally have a space for them to sit down and relax and eat. So these facilities have all been arranged in the total site such that once one enters the pedestrian path or to the discovery route, which have been designed to go around all the entire site, where we have a water without hindrance from the entrance to the building. In order to achieve other objectives of the design concept, we have ensured that the forms that are used for the building is derived from the chemical formula of oil, which is hexagon. So this is to create transparency so that as you walk around the whole of the park, you can equally see mirror of some of the things that are happening around the park. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Please would like, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now call next to speak for just 5 minutes the Managing Director of Julius Berger, Dr. Lars Richter. Please put your hands together for him as it comes.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to stand on the existing protocol. On behalf of the entire management and staff of Julius Berger Nigeria PLC, I also share the honor of welcoming you all to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Oloibiri Museum and Research Center in Ogbia local government area, Bayelsa State. As we know, Oloibiri is the birthplace of the Nigerian oil industry, a significant milestone in Nigeria's economic and social development. The discovery of oil in this region in 1956 led to significant transformation of Nigeria, with the newfound wealth providing a platform for growth and development. The Oloibiri Museum will showcase the history of the oil industry and research, providing a valuable resource. The museum will also celebrate the unique cultural heritage of the people of Ogbia, showcasing their life, traditions, and contributions to Nigeria's development. The museum will become a source of inspiration, reflect a platform for dialogue and engagement. As we break the ground on this museum and research center today, we take a significant step towards preserving Nigeria's history, culture, and heritage. I'm confident that this museum and research center will become a beacon of hope and symbol of progress for the nation. On behalf of the entire management and board of directors of Julius Berger, I thank our client, the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, for choosing Julius Berger as a construction partner for this iconic project. Furthermore, I also thank our project shareholders, the PTDF, NCDMB, Shell, and the Bayelsa State for promoting this project. I'm confident and without no doubt that with strong commitment of us, Julius Berger will unfailingly deliver on the project requirements on time. At this time, I ask you all to join me in expressing thanks to all who have made this project reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lars Richter. Continuing with these goodwill messages, this time we'll move on now to the Managing Director, Shell Petroleum Development Company, and the Chairman, Shell Companies in Nigeria. Please welcome Mr. Sagie Okumbo.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, ably represented here today by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Dimipre Silva, the Governor of Bayelsa State, also ably represented by Dr. Lawrence Ebujakbo, the Deputy Governor, distinguished Senator Diri, GCO NMPC, Malam Mele Kolokiari, Executive Secretary of the NCDMB and our host, the MD of the NDDC, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, our distinguished traditional rulers here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Oloibiri Museum and Research Center, OMRC. I am delighted at the opportunity to present this goodwill message on behalf of the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria, SPDC, which is the operator of the joint venture that involves NMPC as a majority interest holder, Shell, Total EMP, and the Nigerian Ajib Oil Company, NAOC. This is history in the making, and the SPDC JV is proud to be associated with it. Indeed, the energy story of Nigeria has come home. It was here in 1958 that Shell opened the first pages of the history of energy in Nigeria. The first commercial find of hydrocarbons was here. We're told today, Otuabagi, we have historically carried it as Oloibiri, but we are grateful for the education and the subsequent first export of oil, which launched Nigeria into the League of Oil Producers, was also from here. More than 6 decades later, the social investments of Shell in Oloibiri and this environment, both as a sole sponsor and in collaboration with our JV partners, has been a testament to the importance of this historic event that occurred here over 6 decades ago. The Shell Group, in recognition of the pivotal place of Oloibiri, Otuabagi, and this environment, commissioned here in 2019 and later in 2022 one of the biggest Shell health intervention programs anywhere in Nigeria. The intervention involved the commissioning of a fully remodeled and equipped general hospital at Kolo, fully equipped laboratories in the College of Health Technology, Otuogidi, the solar power treatment facilities for the communities, the health campus at Oloibiri town, and the Ogbia Safe Maternal and Infant Care Program, amongst other awards, to develop the Oloibiri Museum and Research Center. Today's groundbreaking ceremony reflects the collaborative efforts and tenacity of the PTDF, the NCDMB, the SPDC JV, led by the NNPC, and the Bayelsa state government. I therefore congratulate all of us once again for this seminal and highly important event. There's no doubt in my mind that when concluded, this museum and research center, I expect that the center will grow to collaborate with relevant academic institutions in the Niger Delta and beyond to further the much needed handshake between the energy industry in Nigeria and the academia. Let me conclude these brief remarks by reminding the community that this Oloibiri Museum and Research Center should not be seen as another project implemented by the government and multinationals. Rather, I expect the people to own, protect, and take pride in the historical and future relevance of this facility, whilst also taking advantage of the many opportunities it will offer. I therefore join all stakeholders to celebrate this monumental event and to wish all of us a safe, speedy, and construction here and after. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. Sage Okumbo, Country Chair, Shell Companies in Nigeria. Please, another round of applause for him. And thank you so much, sir, for maintaining the 5 minutes mark.
Recognize the presence of Mr. President, ably represented by my boss, Chief Timi Silva, the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, and the Governor, represented by His Excellency, the Deputy Governor. Permit me to rest on the existing protocol. I want to thank Mr. President for making this dream come true. Today is history in Ogbia. Today is history in Bayelsa. People have heard of Oloibiri, Oloibiri, Oloibiri. We normally had one statue that looked like a shrine that people always pass and look at and remind them of the oil exploration in this place. But I believe what is going to come up here is going to be something that would befit the people of Ogbia, to show that oil was first of all explored in commercial quantity here in Ogbia local government and in this land. The people of this land have actually displayed a lot of patience, haven't been abandoned after the well got dried. But today, this is history. Shell, NCDMB, PTDF, and the Bayelsa state government as part of preparation to build this befitting edifice that is coming up in this place. On behalf of NDDC, to invite us, for inviting us to give this goodwill message. In NDDC, we believe in partnership. Partnership is our future and our next line of agenda in NDDC. We have gone around trying to partner with other agencies. Just last week, we were with the GCEO of NMPC to also seek for partnership. We have also had discussions with Shell. We are still going to go around. But I want to tell you that NDDC is open to partnership. And because we are cannot have this kind of beautiful edifice seated in this place, but you don't have a good road accessing the edifice. So I am thinking that standing here, let me also make a pledge that NDDC is willing to partner with all of you to ensure that we have a befitting road, a good road accessing this place. So I am challenging the partners that are building this edifice that NDDC is also willing to partner with you, because you cannot have this kind of beautiful edifice and there is no good road. So I want to thank you for this opportunity, and also thank Julius Berger for their commitment to also finish this project on record time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Managing Director of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ungboko. Indeed, access to every good project cannot be overemphasized. Please put your hands together for him again. Good access indeed. Your Excellencies, Your Royal Majesties, Your Eminencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we'll now hear from the palace itself. We have a goodwill message from His Eminence, Dumaro Charles Owaba Obanoban III of Ogbia Kingdom, but his goodwill message will be read by the Secretary General of Ogbia Brotherhood Worldwide, Dr. Barrister Goswell Iboroma Ikuli. Please put your hands together for him. So the message you get is that of His Eminence Dumaro Charles Owaba Obanoban III, but the voice will be that of Dr. Barrister Goswell Iboroma Ikuli.
Thank you very much, Taribio Walson. Ogbia King Dumaro Charles Owaba, Obanoban III of Ogbia Kingdom, on the occasion of the groundbreaking of Oloibiri Oil and Gas Museum and Research Center at Otabagi, Ogbia, on Tuesday, 21st February 2023. Kindly permit me to stand on all existing protocols. You will recall that the forerunner of SPDC, Shell Daisy, pioneered oil exploration in Nigeria after it was granted an oil exploration license in 1938. In 1956, SPDC discovered crude oil and gas in commercial quantity at the famous Oloibiri oil field, leading to the first crude oil export in 1958. Exploitation and export of crude oil from the oil field continued in large scale from 1958 till 1978, when the oil field, which has about 21 oil wells, was abandoned after 20 years of massive oil production, leaving the field and the host communities without any trace of infrastructural development. However, 1981, the civilian administration of His Excellency, late Alhaji Shehu Shagari, conceived the Oloibiri Oil Museum to at least preserve the history of petroleum development in Nigeria. It may interest you that His Excellency, late Alhaji Shehu Shagari, accompanied by our political father and mentor, His Excellency, late Chief Melford, and the project was kept in abeyance by successive governments of Nigeria, both military and civilian governments. The federal government did not see the need to commence and complete this important project, which has the potential to serve as a petroleum tourism hub in Nigeria. Happily, in 2020, the federal government of Nigeria, under His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFRO, announced, to the amazement of the people of Ogbia Kingdom, and indeed Bayelsa State, the approval of the project and the preparation for its takeoff. We received the good news with excitement, praying and looking forward to the day the project will commence, and to the glory of God. We are here today, the 21st day of February 2023, witnessing the groundbreaking of the Oloibiri Oil and Gas Museum, a reputable construction company in Nigeria. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, We lack words to express our gratitude to His Excellency, one of us, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, as Managing Director of the NDDC. We also express profound gratitude to our sons, His Excellency Chief Timipri Silva, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, for facilitating the approval of the project. We pray that God Almighty will promote and strengthen you. We are also grateful to His Excellency Senator Doye Diri for not only believing in the project, but also ensuring of without hitches. Our gratitude also goes to Senator Biobarakuma Degi Eremianyo and Honorable Fred Ogbia, our sons, and the representatives of Ogbia at the Senate and the Federal House of Representatives, respectively, for their roles in bringing about the project. Finally, we thank the PTDF, NCDMB, SPDC, and Bayelsa State Government, the critical partners and stakeholders of this project, for their commitment to the project. On behalf of the people of Ogbia Kingdom, I pray that God, who has made this possible, will take absolute control over the project until it is completed and commissioned in Jesus' name. Long live Ogbia Kingdom, long live Bayelsa State, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ogbia Alua!
Of course, we've acknowledged him earlier, but once again, we acknowledge the presence of the Permanent Secretary for Minister of Petroleum Resources, Ambassador Gabriel Aduda. We welcome you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, our President from 2010 to 2015, has also sent in a goodwill and sent his regrets for his inability to be here today, since he has an already scheduled event outside of the country. But we must recall the fact that he not only signed local content into law, he was also instrumental to bring in the headquarters of NCDMB to Bayelsa and Yenagoa. So we are not surprised that he is excited and celebrating these epoch-making events today. Your Excellency, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, I'm hoping that you are watching this from where you are. This august gathering acknowledges your goodwill and appreciates you for your tremendous contribution to the development of the state. Can we please give His Excellency a round of applause? Continuing with our goodwill messages from the King, we now go over to yet another partner who is ensuring that this is delivered. When we speak of the Shell joint venture partners, we talk about companies that have already been listed by the ES. But a senior joint venture partner is excited and proud as well to be a part of this project. Please welcome Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Dr. Mele Kolokiari F. Nape, OFR.
I have the temptation to sit on existing protocol, but I won't, because the Right Honorable Minister of Petroleum Resources and also the Right Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources are in this occasion. So may I recognize the presence of Right Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, who is also representing Mr. President in this occasion. And I also have the inclination to also avoid protocol. May I recognize the presence of the members of the National Assembly present here, members of the State Executive Council, and I'm coming back to the Deputy Governor, members of the National Assembly, and of course, industry executive, including our partners. And there are two people missing, and they are our host, my younger brother Simbi, who has done well, and we're proud of his achievements. We're proud of his capacities and capabilities, and we have seen the changes that he has brought to our industry. Secondly, I say clearly that the Oloibiri Museum, and I think we can change it to Ogbia Museum after this, is clearly a symbol of appreciation for this community. Parity definitely played a very profound role in bringing transformation to our country, all over the country, not just in this kingdom or in Bayelsa State. And therefore, it's a mark of history of development of prosperity in our country. And also, we are creating something that will provide platform for learning, collaboration. And I believe that everyone will benefit from this, not just people in Ogbia Kingdom, but all of us in the country, and the whole world will benefit. We in NMPC, by the way, is your company. This company is owned by all of us here. And this company is determined to ensure that value is returned to everyone, particularly where the value is created. And therefore, we'll do everything possible to support this project and to ride on the right prime front of all of us to bring it to closure so that ultimately all of us will benefit from it. And therefore, we in the NNPC, it's your company. We create the value for all of us. And I don't know, without mincing words, our partnership, our contractor community, one way or the other is responsible for 100% funding of this activity. And I'm sure my younger brother Simbi will agree, there will be no NCDMB dues if work doesn't place, if contractors don't work. And we engage the contractors, so we are end-to-end involved in this process. And
the Group Chief Executive Officer of NMPC Limited, Dr. Mele Kolo Kiari. Please put your hands together for him, a man who has managed the NNPC from a government-owned agency and now to a private company. And just recently, we were told that it's now fully private company with the CAC. Please put your hands together for him again. Thank you so much, sir. Without further ado, I would like to now invite to make his remarks a man who is leading Bayelsa State well. Under this administration, they have become good partners with all development-minded individuals and organizations. He is representing the governor of Bayelsa State, a former member of the Nigerian Senate, the Red Chambers. He represented Bayelsa West. And now as Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, is bringing his wealth of experience as a former Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure in Bayelsa State. Representing His Excellency Distinguished Senator Oloibiri, the Governor of Bayelsa State, is His Excellency Distinguished Senator Lawrence Erujakbo. You're welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, ably represented by our senior brother, friend, compatriot, His Excellency Chief Timipere Silva, CON, Minister of State for Petroleum. I think it's good to have two persons in one. He is representing the Minister of Petroleum, and he's also here as the Minister of State for Petroleum. And that is double blessing. And so we are expecting to have double blessing from Mr. President today. Members of the National Assembly, in particular the senators from Bayelsa East and Bayelsa Central, members of the Federal House of Representatives from Ogbia and Nembe and Brass constituency, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, the joint venture partners. Let me discriminate against Your Royal Majesty, former Minister of Petroleum, of State for Petroleum Resources, His Eminence Edmond Dakuru, and the Obanam of Ogbia Land, Charles Waba. Gentlemen, I please would want to seek your good attention to ride on the already established protocol. by the MC and all those who have spoken earlier before me. I want to, on behalf of His Excellency, the Governor of Bayelsa State, apologize for not being here physically. It was the pride of the spare tire. When the main tire is not available, the spare tire is there for you to make the ride. All the good story of this oil museum and research center, which we keep calling Oloibiri, which I believe after today we will be able to correct, has been an issue that has been in the pipeline. And I'm happy that for the first time, all those our boys have combined, and the federal government and the state government have combined to break the pipeline and bring this thing out of the pipeline, because it has remained in the pipeline for too long. When a blind man is told there is fish in his soup, but when he puts his hand, the NNPC and his partners, you know you are ready to feed of these long years of oil exploration and exploitation that have been the bane and the inheritance of those of us who saw oil when we were growing up. It's our firm belief and gratitude that the federal government has actually finally taken this bull by the horn. We believe that the multiplier effects are in abundance, and so we want to encourage all the partners to be committed. We have always misrepresented it to be justice. Our issue is issue of equity. Society that does not put equity and put justice before equity can never make progress. Equity brings about justice, and fairness must embrace